Okay, Alexander T. Walsh. We help women obsessed with unavailable partners. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh at that. Find emotional health. Got it. These women try to manifest their ex loves through wishes and rituals. Wild. We market to their desire to manifest their ex, but guide them to what they really need, which is self-love and healthy boundaries. Okay. Avatar believes her ex is the one true love. That manifestation control the outcomes. Perfectionism. The relationship is necessary. Suffering for love is justified. Ignorance. Okay. Okay. We'd appreciate help with our core value equation to position ourselves against other coaches in the market. All right, dude. If I were in your space, I would be just crushing beliefs. Like that's what all my content would just be like. These guys want you to think that you're one true love, that you're going to get him back. You're not. You're not. Did Prince Charming dip? No. Did you know that Hollywood writes these stories and they're not actually real? Crazy, believe it or not. And have you met the other 4 billion people of the opposite sex, right? Probably not. And there's like, you could probably like reasonably, if someone's reasonably attractive and like meets like 3 or 4 standards, you could probably date and marry many of them. Like use the hypothetical extreme of, for the vast majority of human history, tribes and villages were like 150 people. So it's like, okay, this girl has all of her teeth. Holy cow. She's the most qualified lead in the village, right? And so the issue is selection and thinking that there is something perfect. And dude, I would make all my content about breaking that and being a reality check. I feel like, man, I mean, there's enough woo-woo coddling that already exists out there. I feel like you could be a breath of fresh air to the right type of customer rather than the victim customer who's believing in rituals and self-sacrifice or whatever it is. But dude, I'm just saying like value equation wise, I don't think this is a value equation thing. I think this is a branding thing. So let me differentiate what I'm talking about. Value equation is what promise we're making to them. So the price that we can attach is going to be directly proportional to what dream outcome they want, which everybody's going to promise that they're going to find the love of their life, the perceived likelihood of that occurring, and then the cost they will have to incur as a result of that decision. So how long is it going to take and what effort and sacrifice am I going to go through, right? And so I think there's a really strong position in the marketplace that you could encumber being like, what if I could show you 100 loves of your life, which decreases all the risk around it? And then instead of you being the supply demand being against you, which is you're one of many girls this one guy's choosing from, what if you had 100 guys choosing you? And all we have to do is change how you see the world, which, believe it or not, is a lot easier than changing it. This is me getting into dating coaching, which is we'll never get into. We don't clip that because we're only about business. That's right. And that's what everyone comes here for, the business of business. Okay. And so my point there is that I don't think it's a value equation thing. I think it's actually a brand position. Like, what's the messaging that you want to associate with your solution? I think, like, I get the ham and the garlic, but I think you might be choosing the wrong guy. I think you can create those customers or track the person who's like, you know what, this is what I want. I'm sick and tired of feeling this way. Talk to all the pains you set and then break it. And so I'll give you guys this little equation. So I think I've said this maybe one other time. So 5 steps to breaking a belief or a prospect. Step 1, say what they're believing. 2, say why it's wrong. 3, say what's right. 4, say why it's right. 5, give proof. 5 steps. Okay, Coach Florian, we got an 85% or 0.85 conversion rate on a small sample of 2K email addresses. Cool. Okay, added 17 qualified members. Great. These numbers work for us. Awesome. You can scrape up 1,000 meals. Okay. But is this really legal as a means for cold outreach? Yeah. Cold emails is legal. To my knowledge, you can cold email people. I mean, you literally just do the math like you just said, like these numbers work for us. You have a incredibly scalable acquisition channel. Welcome to the world of cold outreach. So yeah, rock and roll, baby. Arturo. Hey, Alex, my community is about meditation, making the habit and benefiting from it. Man, I have failed every time I've tried. I don't think I've ever done it more than 2 days in a row. Kirby's like, I had an entire channel about this. I'm sure. So I remember, Marcus Aurelius every day. Anyway, I remember in the offers book, you made the example comparing it to Xanax with the value equation. How would you reframe the offer, making the case for meditation? So what I would do is I would actually do this much more as a blind offer. And so let me explain. So I remember I had a sleep product that we sold at Prestige Labs. And so I did this whole webinar selling this blind placebo that increases testosterone, increases sex drive, increases IQ, like doesn't take more time out of your day, like all of these things. And I was like, you guys want to know how to do it? I was like, fucking sleep. That's how you do it. All right. I was like, and you can increase the likelihood that you have high quality sleep if you add this into your regimen, right? And here's the before and after data of people that we tracked with sleep, with and without, independent of their subjective well-being, meaning when they woke up, what they felt they were versus how much actual REM sleep versus deep sleep they had was materially shifted in a statistically significant way when they took this product when they slept. Boom. So it doesn't matter how you feel, if you feel arrested or not. this improves your quality of sleep, period. And so I use that as a corollary to say, what are all the benefits of meditation? And so then the objective is going to be, how do I, like with meditation, it's all going to be around the bottom side of the equation. So the dream outcome of being at peace and happy and, not stressed, all that stuff, everyone's cool with that. The problem is going to be the other three, is that no one thinks they can stick with it. And that's like, this is the $1 billion, this is the $1 billion solve, is you taking every single reason that someone doesn't meditate and crushing that obstacle, both in terms of explaining it to them in education, but then also facilitating with either technology, with coaching, with habits, with processes that you've helped them put inside of their lifestyles so that they can succeed. So that's how I reframe the okay. I mean, it might be as simple as just saying like, want to start meditating and actually stick with it this time? I'd be like, well, kind of. I don't want to start it. I'm busy. See, crush that one first. All right.
Listen, if you host or own a Skool community yourself and wish there was a faster, easier, and more reliable way of getting more people to know about your group, then listen up, because now there is. In fact, this video is sponsored by a real Skool community called the YouTube JV Portal, where the #1 focus is to get more eyeballs on your Skool communities. This channel you're watching right now has partnered with the YouTube JV Portal, so if you're a Skool community owner and you want a sponsored slot just like this to promote your group on all of our upcoming content here on SkoolStories, then click the second link in the description and book a call today. And now, back to the video.
Okay, Jeff Rowell. With attendance tracking for retention, how long do you keep reaching out to a guest after detecting a missed call? Okay, great. So this is a great framework for you. So if you're familiar with working leads, you work leads a lot and then a little bit less, and a little bit less, and a little bit less over time, and then eventually the leads get cold and they go to long-term nurture. With a customer, it's the reverse of that. And so you reach out to them once, and then reach out to them twice, and then reach out to them 3 times, 4 times. You escalate your reach outs to get the customer back. Whereas you de-escalate with a prospect because they've shown that they're disinterested. And so basically you try to get in touch with them like you're actually trying to get in touch with them. If you wanted to get in touch with your mom because there was an emergency, you probably wouldn't just call her once. You call her once today, you call her twice tomorrow, 3 times tomorrow, right? And you can show urgency, by the way, this is a lead nurture hack, by the space between contact attempts. So if I call you, or I call a vendor, this could work for anything. If I call you, and then 30 minutes later I call you again, and then 30 minutes later I call you again, you know without me saying shit, it's urgent because it communicates that. And so if you want people to be more receptive to your reach out attempts, do it more frequently. Okay, Marcin, where's your hat? Okay, Sharon, okay. We talked about how to solve not getting clients even for free service last week, okay? And now I just closed a portfolio website deal on XChat. Cool. Funny part is he DM'd me about his stuff, but I turned the tides. Cool. Thanks. I like these Q&A sessions, but time zones got me. I'm at the knowledge threshold for now, and the action part lacks the knowledge. Okay, so I can track progress and improve the work needs doing as I know what to do for now, so all I need to do is do. I don't think this was a question, but I'm glad that you're going to take action. I will say this, you probably won't lose money attending 1 call a week. I think we've made the consumption part of this fairly straightforward. So I don't think so, and I think being in the interaction around other people who are succeeding, you'll probably pick up more tips and tricks that'll help you along the way, that'll help you avoid mistakes in doing the other 96 hours of the week.
This clip was taken inside of the Skool Games, which is literally free to join. So if you want to talk to AlexHormozi live every week, then click the link in the description and join right now.
54.1% of people who start a paid community in Skool make money. Yes, you heard that right.